in Symbol software as well as in MATLAB, Simulink. So we will try to solve some interesting problem. So what we are going to model today is called a geometric caterpillar. We will simulate a geometric caterpillar or inchworm. So this particular caterpillar looks like this. Let's put it some. So this kind of a worm you might have seen makes a omega shape. I have one photograph like this. Have you seen this one? Has anybody seen this one? Delhi, they might not have seen, but okay, common people must have seen. Okay, so this caterpillar moves in a peculiar way. What it does is it makes first a omega shape. It stores potential energy in that bent shape. By bending it, it saves potential energy. And then what it does is it lifts, let's say it is grabbing the tail side, it lifts its head and then expands. So its head goes somewhere, then grabs there, lifts the tail, contracts, tail moves forward, again grabs. Likewise, it goes on moving. I don't know if I have a video. Okay, you can see some video how it moves. So this particular caterpillar will move like this. It will first, let's say, it grabs here, then lifts its head, then it goes here somewhere, head comes here, it grabs here, grab, here grab.
Sure.
It grabs here, then lift. This one's middle part is never doesn't have anything to grab the ground. Snake is different. Okay, snake is always in contact. Snake doesn't lift its middle part. Okay, so this is the one that moves like this. Now this one, in order to model it, we will simplify this one. We will say it has a head. Let's say head. This is simplified model. It has a head, it has a tail. So its whole body mass I have divided to head and tail. And then it has a bending stiffness. It stores its energy, okay, when it is in that omega shape. It's like flexure of muscle. So we flex your muscle, then suddenly release it. So we have a spring and damper. That is its muscle. We in fact have two side spring and damper. I have combined it. Then we have a flow source. That is body fluid pumping. So by pumping body fluid, it actuates its length. And this is connected here. And then we have ground. And here there is gripper. Grip. So it can grip only at two places. So this is our simplified model. If its total mass is m, I say mass by 2 is here, mass by 2 is here. It's more or less symmetric. If you look at the picture, the weight distribution is more or less symmetric on the head and tail. Where am I? No. So this is the one. Now for this we will have a gate pattern. So like human beings we move, we also have gate pattern, horses have gate pattern, dogs have gate pattern. There are different gate patterns, they move in different ways. Okay. So this will also have a gate pattern. What is its gate pattern? Let this flow source is QP. Let this be grip be represented by R tail. Let this be represented by R head, resistance at head, resistance at tail. I have simply modeled this as resistance. It could be detailed, modeled in detail. So we have simplified it and modeled it as resistance. So what kind of gate pattern we will have? First, okay. Tail gripped, head free, expansion. From omega to straight. So tail is gripped, it was in omega shape. Head is free, it expands, so head goes forward. Head goes forward. So this gives head goes forward. Ahead. Next, tail free, head gripped, contraction. From straight to omega. And this cycle continues. And repeat. So that is what is its gate pattern. Very simple gate pattern. Okay. Expansion, contraction, and so on. So I will create its pattern in pictorial form. This is time. Let's call this be QP. This is resistance at tail. Resistance at head. Resistance at head. So first thing is, it is expansion. So QP positive for some time. Tail is gripped. Tail has some resistance. This is 0. 0, 0. So tail has some resistance. Next cycle and head is 0. I will use different color maybe.
Sir,
Yes?
it is lagging a lot.
Is it lagging a lot? Screen properties. Screen properties is okay. No, not here. It should be in
Third from the bottom.
So there was the third from the
screen
bottom.
resolution. Yes, screen resolution. Let me reduce it. This is no, not this screen resolution. 1920. Maybe this will be okay. Let's see.
Sir, 720p will be okay. 1368 cross 720, something like that.
This is widescreen. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Reboot. This one might be okay. Let's see. This is not a problem.
1366. Okay.
This looks big. Let's see. Let's see if this works out good. Okay. Things will become bigger. Okay. So what we have initially is we have some value of QP positive. We are giving expanding the insect. At that point of time, resistance in the tail is there, and resistance at the head, it's not gripped, it's 0. So that is first half of the gate cycle. Then in the second half, when we go to second half, we reverse. We reverse means our flow now becomes negative. So flow becomes negative, and our tail now becomes 0, and head becomes high. So what has happened? First cycle, first half of cycle, you have a positive flow. You have high resistance in tail. You have 0 resistance at head. Second half of cycle, you have a negative flow. You are contracting. Tail resistance is 0. Head resistance is some value. Some value, we will say, let's say, some resistance value with the ground. And this cycle will then repeat continuously. Repeat over entire time. So this cycle will be repeated.
Sir, why this flow is negative in this second part?
As much you have contracted, that much is retracted. Okay. If you do not give, then that insect will go on elongating. Okay. It's a flow between two mass and this thing. You cannot go on extending your muscles continuously. Okay. So if you have extended your muscle, let's say you have straightened your hand, then folded it. Then straighten, folded by equal amount. Okay. You cannot just go on giving positive flow or negative flow. Whatever happens, the integration of the area under positive curve and negative curve, at end of the cycle, it should be 0. So that the length of the insect should not change. Alright? So it's extending, contracting, every time the net resultant at the end of the cycle, net resultant length of the insect is 0. Length between head to tail. Okay. It remains constant. Okay.
Sir, is it necessary that the length of the insect is changing? It could be that the length of the insect
No,
is
it's
fixed,
not
but it
length
is
of the
getting into
insect.
omega shape.
It's not length into this. It's this distance. It's this distance. Okay. Not length. It's this distance. We have made it simply head and this by a spring. So for us, it has become length. All right. So this is again repeating. Like that, it will repeat. Okay, so this is the gate pattern. Now I will draw the bond graph of this insect. It's very easy to draw. It's a simple system. Where is my this thing? Okay. So we have head. Let's say this is not. So 2 1 junctions I put with inertia I is to m by 2 for head and tail. Between them, I take relative velocity. At the relative velocity, we have stiffness of the insect. Let's call it Ki. Ki is stiffness. Ri is damping of the insect. We have a source of flow. That is that QP. And at the front and rear, we have these resistances, R head and R tail.
So So we
Yes.
can take the power direction opposite also, right? From x dot h to x dot t.
This insect can move backward also.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
You can take power direction opposite. You can give
Yes.
QP opposite. If you give QP, if you change the entire sequence, start QP with negative, RT as 0, RH as high value, it will move backwards. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Sir.
So it's not a problem. So I have made it in such a way that it moves forward. With same model, if you change all these gate pattern, it will move backward also. So this is my model. In this, for plotting purpose, I introduced two sensors to see the motion of the head and the tail. So this is not real sensor in the insect. I have put for our plotting purpose. Otherwise, I will not get the position of the head and tail. I will only get from the given C element Ki, I will only get its contraction and expansion, not its global position. Okay, so I have put two C elements. So if this part of the model is clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Clear.
can you
Okay.
tell about that end C elements? Like, why are we giving that?
Those are given. See, what C element is there? Only one C element is there. C is to Ki. Now this C element, its state, we can find its state. Okay, some state will come. This state will give me the amount of contraction or expansion of the insect. It will not give me the position of the insect. Okay.
So we could have used a flow sensors in XT and XH.
Yes, we have used. That's what we have used.
No, so instead of a C element, just a flow sensor.
It is same thing. I have taught in class a C element with flow activated C element is same as a flow sensor. This is
Yes,
clear.
but flow sensor won't have a state.
Which one?
Flow sensor.
Flow sensor will not have a state, but its integration will give you a value. Okay. So this one is also a flow sensor. These are same thing. These are same things. Right?
Okay.
So in our software installation, we have both the options, but I am putting this flow activated C because I don't want to use that DF element, which is slightly different.
Sir,
yes.
what is the QP, sir? What is this unit? What is this physical thing?
That unit, okay, that is basically body fluid. How you flex your muscle? You pump your blood there. Okay. So that insect, in order to have expansion or contraction, it must pump some body fluid. But here, because we are not modeling the fluid part, we will say its unit is some meters per second. Some rate of contraction, rate of expansion. Rate of contraction and rate of expansion, that is rate of change of this distance. Rate of change of this distance. Okay? The rate at which it is bringing the head and tail to closer and head and tail apart. That is what is the source of flow. It's not the exact source of flow of that insect. That insect source of flow is actually means it's whatever fluid is there, internal fluid of the body. Okay, with which it can contract and expand.
QP is derivative of the D. Distance.
D, yes. Okay, the derivative of the D excluding that spring part. Excluding that means it is additional part. It is added to this. Okay, it is added to this.
Okay.
So it is the actuation that brings the head and tail together. So I will go and I will simulate this first in BondGraphs, then I will in BondGraph software, then in MATLAB. So I have already given you the software installation. So you can also try. So I start the software. So the model, that software will appear in this balloon at the this corner, and we will enter our model in something called a bond pair. That is our model builder or graphical model interface. in which you can enter bond graphs, you can enter block diagrams, you can enter equation models, and so on. So right now we will do block diagram model in MATLAB, but you can do block diagram model here as well. So I start this bond graph drawing software. I create a new model. Some name bond graph 1 is there. So in that, all our bond graph elements and junctions are there. 1, 0, I, C, R, SC, SF, TF, GY, all these are there. And there are some utilities. So I will draw my bond graph, whatever we have there. I select 1 from here, bring it here and put it here. So 1 comes, then I can select 0. To select 0, I may go there and click there, or I might simply press from my keyboard 0. So if I press 0 in my keyboard, I will get 0 here. If I press 1 in my keyboard, I will get 1 directly. I am not going there. I in my keyboard, C in my keyboard, R in my keyboard, I will directly get the change of the cursor. I don't have to go there several times and do it. Okay. Similarly, transformer is T, gyrator is G. Okay. E is for AC, F for SF. For AC and SF, it's not S because S is common to those. So E and F that will select. You have to start from inside the circle. Click your mouse pressed. You have to click your mouse inside any circle. Keep it pressed and then drag it. So keep it pressed, then drag it. The line will not be drawn till you release the mouse, left mouse button. So you go anywhere, go to other element, inside that circle, leave it. Then the line will be drawn. So do that. Okay. Go to 0, leave it. 0 to 1, leave it. Click here at 1, connect to I, and do it. Okay. It doesn't matter how you connect. So you just connect it. This one will be connected here. So it's connected. Now I can do assign numbers here. You have a menu, options menu. In options, you have number, power, causality assignment. Or in this toolbar, you will get number, power, causal. 3 things directly. Number, power, causal. One after other, you tick it. It will give you all the numbering, power direction and causalities. If you suppose somehow or other some bond has power direction which is not the power direction you want, then you have an option under this utilities menu, power direction changer. So you can take that power direction changer, some cursor will come in front. At the top of that cursor there will be a small plus sign. Small plus sign is there. You have to put that plus sign over the line, not over the number. Plus sign over the line, click it. So you can change it. So if you want, you can change these power directions. So I put it like this. Software gives some arbitrary power direction at the beginning. It may not be the one you desire. You have to put it accordingly, according to your model. So we have this. Then we have 2 sensors. Connect them. So we connect those 2 sensors. I have forgotten. So connect them. So these 2 new bonds do not have number. Put power, causal, power direction, numbering and causality. And we will now have activated bonds. These 2 new C elements connected at head and tail, they are activated. So you tool take from this utilities activation tool. Again a cursor comes with a plus sign at the tip. Take that and click on the line. Once you click, you will get 2 options. Effort activation, flow activation. So we want to measure flow. The sensor is a flow sensor by C element. So we put flow activation. Now the thing has changed. It's now a full arrow, not a half arrow. Likewise, on bond number 12, I will make flow activation. So it is a full arrow, no more a half arrow. So this is my model. So I have entered my bond graph model. For annotation purpose, I might use this drag cursor This is the most important cursor, drag cursor, with which you can drag the things anywhere you like. You can reshape these things. You can give annotations and so on. So take the drag cursor and right click on any junction. Let's say one junction. What is this? This is x of tail. So type there xt and derivative. So x is it t? I think it has become r. xt. Okay. Right click here on the front one junction. This is x at head. Derivative from here. Operator you can choose. Likewise, if you want, you can write here.
Sir, can you
Yes?
please zoom it little bit?
Give.
Sir, can you zoom?
Oh, zoom. Zoom. How to zoom?
Actually, we can only zoom in the screen, sir. Control plus.
Control plus. I will check. Okay.
No, I am saying the student.
Zoom, because it's very small on a computer.
On your computer.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Usually we deal with big models. So it changes with system font. You have to change the system font, then it will change.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Sir, right of file and edit, there is view option. It should be there.
Which one? This one. So where is that error? All right. Okay. So right now it's 0 errors, 0 warnings. So we don't have any error. Then we can straight press this equal to question mark icon, which will generate the equations. So we have our equations. You see first equation, E7 is equal to K9Q9 plus R10 times bracket P1 by M1 minus P7 by M7 plus SF5 bracket closed minus R8 star P7 by M7, so on. So all equations are derived.
Sir?
Yes.
So there's a lot of
Modality, options menu, remove power directions, options menu, remove numbering. Nothing is there. All right? Nothing is there. If you do not want these grids, then you can also switch up that grids. There is a cursor. Do you see something called toggle grid now? My cursor is on toggle grid. This toggle grid. So I will remove those circles. In view menu, there is an item called hide circles. In view menu, item hide circles. So if you press that, circles are gone. So you have only raw bond graph. All those other comments and other things are not necessary. Only you will have ICR 01 and so on. Then you go to the options menu. In options menu, you have number, power, causal. Power, causal. These things one after other. Okay? You have one after other, numbering, power direction and causality. So these three you can do, just click.